जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ. Hello friends, my name is Rohit Bapat. Welcome to my channel. In the series of English interpretation of Manache Shlok composed by Sri Samarath Ramdas Swami, today let us see the English interpretation of Shlok number 4 in Manache Shloka. मना वासना दुष्ट कामान ये रे मना सर्वथा पाप बुद्धि नको रे मना सर्वथा नीति सोडू नको हो मना antari saar vichar raho. So this is the fourth shlok of Manache Shloka. Manache Shloka is nothing but advices or the teachings given by Sri Samartha Ramdas Swami to lead a better life. It is a kind of training that we must give to our minds to be on the path of truth, to be on the path of dharma. So let us see the interpretation of this shlok sentence by sentence. What I've done is I have translated each sentence in English. I will read it out first and then we will discuss about each sentence. The first sentence is Mana vasana dushta kama nayere. Mana means to mind. Man means mind. Vasana is greed, is urge to have something. Dushta means bad or wicked or evil. And kama nayere, which means it doesn't help. So the translation that I've done is, O mind, do not indulge into greed, which is cruel and evil in nature. It doesn't help anyone. Be on the path of dharma and truth. Do not sway away from it. The essence of Manache Shloka is to be on the path of dharma and truth all the time. To be one with the supreme energy. To be one with the Supreme Lord. To be one with the Parameshwara. So the first sentence is Mana vasana dushta kama nayere. It is a straight teaching to our minds that do not indulge into greed. Do not crave something which you don't deserve. Because this craving, this greed, is essentially cruel and evil in nature. Because it demands something out of nothing which you don't deserve. Once the greed occupies your mind, all sorts of evil thoughts come into your mind and you go away from the path of dharma and truth because you are wanting something and you are wanting something of material in nature. It does not help. The greed does not help, and it's a truth. If you see around, it is a truth that greed does not help anyone in long run, neither the person nor the society. And ultimately, we are still part of the society. We should always think of the society as well. If you are on the path of dharma, you can have your family on the path of dharma and truth. And if the family is on the path of dharma and truth, the society will be on the path of dharma and truth. So everything starts from your mind. So do not indulge into greed. Do not crave for something which is not yours. This is the basic teaching of even Sanatan Dharma. What is not yours is not yours. That is why we say, even in Marathi literature and also in Vedic literatures as well, Parastri and Paradhana is basically poison. To crave a woman who is not your wife is paap, is a sin. It is like a poison. It eats up all the good thoughts, it eats up all the dharmic thoughts or the truth from your mind, and the person becomes wicked in nature, which is not good for anyone. So this was the first sentence, Mana vasana dushta kama nagere. This greed is cruel and evil. Do not indulge into it. It's not of use to anyone. The second sentence is Mana sarwatha papa buddhi nakore. Mana again means mind. Sarvatha means forever. Paap buddhi nakore. Paap buddhi. Paap means sin. Buddhi means your wisdom or thoughts. So stay away from the thoughts or the knowledge which leads you on the path of sin. The way I translated this sentence is, O mind, shed away all the vicious, wicked, and evil thoughts which will take you away from the path of dharma and truth. You will fall into a cesspool of sin. Avoid all those thoughts. Avoid all those thoughts which will lead you into the cesspool of sin. Now, let me tell you, almost every one of us who is not mentally ill or is not a child exactly knows what is sin and what is a pious behavior. We all know what is right and what is wrong. It's just that sometimes we are not able to control our mind. And that's why we follow the path of sin. So this is where Samarath Ramdas Swami is telling the mind that, oh mind, shed away all those thoughts. Shed away all those thoughts or all the knowledge. See, here is the thing. Knowledge does not always is a good thing to have. Even the Ravana had knowledge. But see what happened with him. He used his knowledge to lay his hands on a pious woman. This is called papa buddhi. The buddhi or the knowledge that leads you to commit a sin. Stay away from it. As we go ahead in this series, you will understand the teaching of Samarath Ramdas Swami is very straightforward and practical. Swami does not mince his words. Stay away from all those thoughts. Even if those thoughts come to your mind, compose yourself. This is what I've learned in my journey so far, in my life experience. This is me talking, this is not from this shloka. That even if these thoughts come to your mind, try to compose yourself. Try to think about the dharma. Try to think about the truth. And you will come out of it. The third sentence is Mana sarwatha neeti sodu Nako. Again, mana means mind, sarwatha means all the times. Neeti. Neeti can mean planning. Nowadays, it is a famous word due to the government, one of the section of the government. But neeti in religious scriptures basically means the righteous path, the pious behavior. So this is what Samarath Ramdas Swami is telling the mind, that, oh mind, never leave the path of righteous and pious behavior. Never leave this path. Never leave the neeti. Sodu Nakoho, which exactly if I translate, it means leave. Leave behind. Do not leave behind the neeti. Do not be on the side of aniti, which is the path of wicked, which is the side or the behavior which leads to the adharma. Be on the path of righteousness. Now, this righteousness is not only restricted to the self, it is also It is also can be expanded towards the society, towards the family, towards basically anyone, living being or non living being as well. Because in Advaita, everyone is one. So do not sway away from this path. Always be on the right side of the things. Always be on the right side of the affair. Be on the right side on everything that is happening around you. Be on the path of dharma. Like I said, everyone really knows what is neeti, what is the righteous path. It's just that we need to control our thoughts, we need to control our actions. And that is what Samarath Ramdas Swami tells us. Control your mind, control your thoughts, be on the path of righteous, and your actions will follow. And now the last sentence, it says, Mana antari saar vichar raho. Antari means inside, from inside. Saar means consideration of everything. And vichar means thought. Raho means be or have. So the interpretation of this sentence can be, oh mind, think of the bigger picture. Have a wider perspective beyond the self inside yourself. Think about the possibilities. Think of others before doing anything. This is called a Sara vichar. Sara vichar means consider everything before you take any action, before you think of anything. Now, again, like I said, Samartha Ramdas Swami was very practical. He was very passionate about building a society that follows the path of dharma. Think of this, if everyone starts thinking of the wider perspective beyond self, not just for yourself, but think of what your actions can have effect on others, what your thinking can have effect on others. Think of it. Do all this checks and balances and then perform the action. The Bhagavad Gita actually says that the karma should be such that you should always think of a time that you can die any minute. It is not in your hands. You can die any minute. So do the karma that way, because you cannot control the life or the birth or the death. So do the karma in such a way that you are going to die next minute. And if you think of it, you will never do any karma which is not on the path of dharma, which is not following the truth. Because that is what we always talk about, right? The last moment, the last breath, the last action, the last second before we leave this body. But then here is the question, why we have to think of it only when we see our death approaching us? We should be thinking of it right from the beginning, right now. We can begin it at any point of time. So this is the teaching of Sri Samartha Ramdas Swami, is that do not indulge yourself into greed. It is cruel, it is wicked, it makes you cruel and wicked and evil. Stay away from it. Always avoid the evil and wicked thoughts. Do not use your knowledge to commit a sin. Use your knowledge for betterment of the people, betterment of the society and everyone around you. Do not use your evil thoughts or do not have any wicked thoughts about anyone. And some advice from my side as well, even if those thoughts come to your mind, compose yourself. Take deep breath, think of it, and think of people around you. You will see the right path, I'm sure. Then Do not leave the path of righteousness and the pious behavior. Do not leave this path. Be a good person, be a humble person, be a sajjana. Sajjana is a sandhi of sat, which is truth, and jana, which is person. So the person who is on the path of the truth, or who follows the truth, or who is the truth, is sajjana. We will talk about this word sajjana in later uh, shlokas. I'm sorry. Then the last teaching in this verse is think of the bigger picture. Think of everything beyond yourself. Don't be greedy. Don't think of yourself only. Don't be selfish. Think of everything. Think of all the possibilities and then perform the action. It will bring out better from you, I'm sure. So, friends, this was my interpretation of Manache Shloka, Shlok number 4, composed by Sri Samarath Ramdas Swami. Again, like I said, I'm not a native English speaking person, so if I have committed any mistakes, please pardon me. And I hope you liked this interpretation and it will make some difference into your life. If you like this video, please hit like and share this video so that we can spread this knowledge. We can spread these uh, really deep meaning words and verses composed by one of the finest yogis produced in India, which unfortunately is lesser known outside Maharashtra. So help me spread his word, spread his teachings of yoga, Advaita, mind, dharma, truth, and also the betterment of society. Thank you for listening to this video. And if you like this series of episodes, please do subscribe to my channel so that next time I upload the new video, you will get the notifications easily. Also, if you have any questions or queries, please feel free to drop a comment for this video. I'll be happy to answer any of the questions and I will be happy to have any conversations. So, thank you for listening. We will meet uh, in some time maybe for the next verse. Till then, Jai Jai Raghuveer Samartha.